Alright. Shalom. First off, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakar, Kadash. Double honors to the pastors and elders of the Great Millstone. Mr. Sid, peace and salutations to all Aki and pushing his word in truth and sincerity. I wanted to get a quick video. It shouldn't be long, just on counting the costs, Brothers got to count the costs in this thing and count the costs before you come in this thing. I kind of touched on this in the video, There's No Turning Back. But Lord willing, I expound on different things. So I'm gonna jump right into it. This is St. Luke 14:28, and it reads, "For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?" Right. And whether you have sufficient to finish it, whether you have the spirit to be able to finish this thing. Are you really mentally strong enough, and do you truly understand what this thing is about? What this brotherhood is about, what this job for Yahushua is about. Have you really counted the cost? Have you really sat back and thought about, is this really for you? And that's something that you really got to do, because in Jude, and I'm going to get it real quick, give me a second, because a lot of people come in this truth and not understand what's going on. It just turns into like a fad, or so like it just turns into like a fad, or something that people, it feels good at first, just say that. It feels good at first, but you don't necessarily understand what's going on, This is Jude, the 4th verse. It says, "For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our Most High into lasciviousness, and denying the only Lord and power, and our Lord Yahushua Mashiach." Right, so some men have crept in unawares, which ultimately is for your condemnation, as the scripture said, because that's going into reincarnation, and that your spirit is meant for those many more stripes that you're going to get beaten with. But for the brothers that's coming in, hey, that may be your lot. If you didn't count the cost, Lord willing, I'm not one of those men. That's why you gotta stay humble and continue to pray that you're not one of those men. Because you gotta count the cost. This is Revelations 10 verses 8. It says, "And the voice which I heard from the heavens spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth." And that book is the Bible, for brothers that don't understand. And this is the ninth verse. It says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey." Right, because taking it and eating it up is taking it and reading it and getting the full understanding of the scriptures. So this is what John the Revelator did, So he read this and it was sweet unto him, But then once you start to indulge and get really into it, it becomes bitter, and that's symbolic of, when you come into this truth, you come into this truth. In the beginning, things is all fine and dandy. You don't necessarily have too much of responsibility. Things is not, you just a babe. But then once you get into this truth, you in this thing. Now you've been held accountable. Now the hell is really coming down on you. Now the demons is really coming down on you, because when you come and serve the Lord, when you come and allow the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to take your vessel to do their work, the demons are on you. You know, so then it becomes bitter. You know, and now that goes into the spirit is willing but the flesh is weak. You know, you gotta understand that those things is still coming. You know, those things. Give me a second. Let me read this real quick. This is Galatians 5:20. Still out here. This is Galatians 5:24. It says, "And they that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh with affections and lusts." Right. So the ones that presented their bodies as living sacrifices and begin to do this work, begin to be in this truth for Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and allowing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, not allowing, but you know, being that vessel that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is using. You know, you supposed to put off. It says, "They that are Hamashiachs have crucified the flesh, and the flesh with the affections and lusts." So that's supposed to be dead when you do this work, but you're still in this flesh, so it creeps up on you. So you got to know how to balance it. You know, you got to know how to stay in the spirit, and then you know sometimes fulfill your lust. You know, you're supposed to know how to control your spirit. You know, and if that's something you can't do, that's when you're supposed to fast. You're supposed to pray. You know, and if you're having a hard time with that, you got to count the cost. If this is for you, you know. Continue to pray, man. Continue to ask for strength, man. Because one thing you got to understand in this truth is that you're going to go off. You know, you're going to go off. But that's why you got to purge your conscience. You know, you got to purge your conscience, because if you can't, you're gonna go. You're going. Look, man. If you in this thing, you gotta finish it. You know. You gotta finish it. So you get some words of encouragement. This is the scripture I always get. It's Isaiah 40:28. It says, "Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainted not, neither is weary? There is no searching of his understanding." Right? You know, it says, "Hast thou not known?" You know, that the creator fainted not, man. It says he's given power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Right, man. If you truly believe, Lord's willing, I'm one of them men. If you truly believe you're a man of the Lord, you gotta believe that he gonna give you strength, man, to endure this bitterness that comes with this truth, man. Because, you know, it's sweet as honey, you know, getting the understanding, but it's bitter once it's there, man. You know, but you gotta understand, man. Man, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be so. Once you get there, it's gonna be worth it, man. It's gonna be worth it. You know, not being able to get a woman, you know, not being able to pay your bills on time, having to deal with, you know, baby mama drama, you know. Once you get to the kingdom, it will all be worth it, man. But keep reading this. It says, "Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall." You know, the scriptures say you should fall 7 times and still get back up. Who you think getting you up, man? Scriptures say the name of the Lord is like of a righteous tower. Salakia, the name of the Lord is like of a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. You know, when you're in trouble, man, go and pray and get behind Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. You're gonna be protected. You know. Let me read that one more time. It says, "Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young man shall utterly fall." We're going to fall, man. We going to fall. You know, this is a spiritual battle, man, and it weighs down on your brain, man. That's the bitterness of this truth. You gotta count the cost of this thing, you know. But here's the thing: it says, "But they that wait upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagle. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." So in that time of Jacob's trouble, man, it's going to get way harder than what it is right now, man. It's going to get way harder than what it is right now. But they that wait upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua shall renew their strength. They shall mount up as wings as eagles. Do you know what the eagle is, man? Nothing flies higher than the eagle. No creature flies higher than the eagle. We're going to be above all, man. You know? It says, "We shall run and not be weary. And we shall walk and not faint," man. You know? Let me get one more real quick and I'm going to close it out. Brothers that know me know this is my favorite chapter. Sirach, the second chapter. So I'm going to just get one more thing. This is Sirach 2:10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, that ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in the fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" You know, and these are all rhetorical questions, you know, because if you read the scriptures, and that's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth, you know, because you start to get the understanding of the power that we serve, man. You know, you gotta realize that we lost our minds, and now getting this truth, and that's the sweet part. You start to your mind is being brought back into remembrance, and that's the sweetest honey part of this truth, you know. But once you read it, you get that understanding that everyone that had faith of our forefathers of the line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, of all of the Israelites that had faith, the powerful men, you know, and not every man was documented, but the scriptures that you read, those men were defended by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man, because they had faith in him. You gotta have faith, man. You got, man. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of afflictions. Woe be to the fearful heart and the faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore he shall not be defended. You know, so you got to count the cost, man. When you in this thing, man, you can't go back. So all you got is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, in the Akim that he brought next to you. You know. So when you come into this thing, you got to count the cost and understand what you're into. You know, like I said, it's not going to be a long video, so I'm going to just end it right there. You know. But Lord's willing, whomever this is for, it reach you and you're edified, man. You know, but I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles and elders, Evan Great Millstone, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this word of truth and sincerity. Shalom. Shalom.